I want to thank, obviously, everybody that's here. But I also want to thank people who work so hard, because without Pauline Geary, Kasha, Nancy Seeley, Brianna Oubre, Maya Sorensen, and Shirley Smith, none of us would be here. So please give them a round of applause. You know, one of the lessons you learn in life, it's all about people and the people you meet about along the way. And I have to just say, PGA Tour Entertainment, I know the PGA Tour is here, the PGA of America, but I've worked with these people for 25 years, and I can't tell you how wonderful it is to look to your right and left and say, or not even have to say anything. And they made this all happen, and I am so grateful to them, and so, you know, as should you be as well. There's this fantastic woman among many. Her name is Elise Nelson. She was supposed to be here last year, and she couldn't come today, but she'll be here next year. She's the CEO of Vital Voices. And she shared these incredibly moving words earlier this week as she opened the Global Leadership Awards that honor magnificent women from around the world who are making a difference. I loved her words. I loved them so much because they're the words I aspire to live by. And so I share them with you this morning. She said, in a world of no, say yes. And in a world of you can't, say, I will. I offer them to equally magnificent women this morning in this room. Many of them here for the first time, many of them returning, so we're old friends already. And collectively, we share in this thing called Generation W. Dale Beeman, I'm not sure where she is, but she asked me, you know, Donna, what do you want this to be, this Generation W thing? And I looked at her and I said, it's not what I want it to be. It's what we want this to be. Because in a world of me, let's collectively declare we. And in a world of increasing isolation, despite all of these gadgets, let's choose to connect. It's been an amazing year. I cannot believe it's been a year. And so many seeds were planted 12 months ago. And the stories that I got to hear, and I hope that you got to share with each other, are powerful ones. They're life-changing ones. They're like the women of Winn Dixie, who showed up as many. They showed up as many, and they left as one. And I have to understand, they understood that they had magic, and they went back to their company. And Nicole, I know Nicole's here. If you read your program, she wrote this beautiful testimonial, and I'll paraphrase. She said, one of the most profound impacts of Generation W is the networking and mentoring that came from the conference. Gen W taught us to appreciate each other's presence and to take time to know each other. We thought of ourselves at Winn Dixie as Winn Dixie associates, but not a group with deeper connection as we do now. Or there's Stephanie Reddish, who flew in from New York. She works at Google. She left here so inspired that she went back and put together a leadership conference in New York City for the women of Google. And if they didn't have a global sales conference this weekend, they too would be sitting beside the women of Winn Dixie, celebrating their connection. And there's Alicia. Where's Alicia? Who said, you know what? In a world of not me, which is how she came here thinking, she left feeling, why not me? She's thriving in her new job at UBS. These are our stories, and our stories are really powerful. And there's one woman in particular, and I can single so many people out here, but I just want to say this. She's a trailblazer in a way where we all stand on her shoulders. She was the first woman information director at a major university. She was one of the first women hired in Bristol, Connecticut. She was at a small startup, and now it is one of the biggest, most recognizable global brands in the world. She totally bashed barriers. She made things happen, and after 33 years, her shoulders are a little lighter. But all of us should give a thanks to Rosa Gaddy, the head of communications for ESPN, who just retired after an unbelievable career. And Rosa, I think we all owe a debt to you. Where's Rosa Gaddy? So, what is the sustainable impact of this gathering? I get that question a lot. What do we do with all of this? The energy that seeks the right and productive outlet, right? The talent and skill that does and makes things happen. First of all, let me say this. Hillary Clinton said it many times. I don't mind paraphrasing her. The issue of women's rights, it's not a women's issue. It's a human issue. So whether you choose to lean in or lean out, as our good friend Jeannie James says here, and she's written, let's just lean on. Give a friend a hand. Give him a shoulder. Lend an insight. Joan Amble's here. She heads up and started to help found a women's mentoring organization. Boy, I'll tell you what, I love leaning on her. It is why this year we have selected the Women's Giving Alliance as an initiative of the Community Foundation, thank you, Joanne Cohn, as a recipient of proceeds from Generation W. The WGA and their fearless leader, Julia Taylor, embrace the power of collective giving and are dedicated to the power of women to work together to help improve the lives of women and girls. They lean in and allow others to lean on. And if you'd like to help us support their strategic-based research grant making, you can. You can make a donation to our newly formed Gen W Now Fund, also an initiative of the Community Foundation, thank you, Joanne Cohn, or just become a member of the Women's Giving Alliance. As the writer Nicholas Kristof said the other evening, one of the great moral causes of our time is gender equality around the globe. We can frame it as a moral cause, and if that makes you uncomfortable, that's okay. We can frame it as an economic cause, or you know what, we just don't even have to frame it. I say whatever it is, I think we should start right here, right now, in our own neighborhood, in our own backyard, in our own city, in our own state. Equality here and equality now. We need to become our own best advocates. And Leslie Zalikas of the Levo League, they're here, will share in her lunch session about advocating for yourself. And by the way, we should welcome the Levo League. It's a phenomenal, brilliant launch of a digital community dedicated to Generation Y women to provide resources, knowledge, and community so that our next generation of women business leaders can have the kind of support and success that will help them take all of us into the future. And speaking of wonderful, did I say wonderful? I am now. Please don't be shy and help me thank all of the great leaders who are here today, who are standing up in their belief that a diverse community with equal access is a foundation element for a better and more productive community. It begins right here at UNF with President Delaney, supported this year by Rochelle Gottlieb, Lucy Croft, Teresa Price, and of course Nicole and Colleen, two unbelievable women who run this facility every single day. I'm in awe of them. Mary Kilmanson, where are you? Where is she? I haven't been able to find her yet. She ignited a flame that is burning as an early advocate. And to you and Winn Dixie, go ahead, Winn Dixie women, let's hear it again. Pat Garrity of Florida Blue. Where's Pat? Let's shake this thing up, Pat. Where are you, Florida Blue? Kelly Madden at Wells Fargo. Talk about trailblazers. She lives it every day. Thanks for coming out of spring break. Eileen Antonelli, Karen Brown at Ernst & Young, and of course a great pioneer, the vice chair and managing partner for the Southeast area practice of Ernst & Young, who could not have been more supportive as they jumped in full body this year, Carol Lloyd. Carol? Of course, our friends at Baptist, Audrey Moran and Melanie Husk, our media partners, Jacksonville Business Journal, Michael Boylan at WJCT, the Times Union. I don't know if anybody's been reading the TU. If you do, you really should. But Frank Denton, God bless him, as the editor-in-chief there, he is putting out more articles on women. And if you want more articles on the good stuff we do, let's just let them know. Thank you, TU. Thank you, Amy McSwain. And thank you, Orbis Magazine. Speaking of, and I think our other partners, the PGA's here, I don't want to leave anybody out. Women's Worth, there's, of course, Jeannie James and Dr. Randolph, but they'll all be cycling through. Every single one of them has their heart in this. So, of course, we have our heart in you as well. So thank you. Speaking of the media, we live in a day and age where we're all independent media outlets. Did you know that? So feel free, please, to tweet away at @generation_W. Use our hashtag #GenWNow. And if you don't know how to do this, we'll have lessons in the lobby at the break, okay? My mother's here. She'll be at my house tomorrow. Ma, Donna, can you tell me how to do this? Yes, we're on Facebook, Andrea Mail, and yes, we have LinkedIn, and we have bloggers here, and I want to thank them. If anyone's been to our site, Gen W Now, as you know, we are looking to become a community, actually a friendly, vibrant neighborhood community for all of us to engage with each other across all workplaces, all issues, whether you're a mom, whether you're an executive, whether you're just working or just trying to figure out life. Gen W Now, we have actually our bloggers here, Patty Minglinson from Chicago, Mia Halston from New York. We have lots of local bloggers, and if you'd like to contribute, it is our neighborhood. So feel free, let us know, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. So just in closing, let me say this. Today is not itself a destination, but a stop on our journey, an experience, and we look ahead with your input to continue this momentum. There is an energizing force that is Generation W. We are women with stories, pasts, presents, and futures that wield a powerful and inspirational impact. We have the ability to forge change, empower communities, and move society as it emanates from such a deep desire to do good. It is so much a part of us. I'd just like to help be a part of the place where we can put it to do the most good. There's a desire that burns from within to unite this generation and to make a difference now. And that is Generation W. I thank you all so much for being here today.